Whoa, 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 wait. Let's back it up a little bit. Hello all. My name is Kyle, aka the Kyng-Pin, parentheses, of Spades, and King's Chaos is officially live. The first episode went up last week, and the next episode will be up in about, I'd say 8 hours. Anyway, I wanted to take you through the animation process of the intro that I made for this show. You know, the video intro that I made for my audio-based show. Anyway, as some of you may know, I'm going to school to study animation. What that means is most of the skills I learned for this video came from YouTube tutorials. For this project, I mostly used Blender for the animation portion, but then brought it into Adobe Premiere to add sound effects and music later. So, without further ado, let's begin the show. I began with the first word, King, and added text into Blender and made it an actual mesh. I then tried to make a gold texture by myself, and that was about as effective as using a flat spoon. So I went onto YouTube and found a tutorial on making gold texture. The secret to good textures is actually knowing how the program works. So yeah, once I saw the nodes they used, it turned out a lot better than anything I could ever do in this moment. Then I moved on to the second word, chaos, or technically KO. No, not that KO. It was at this point that I knew how I wanted the logo to actually look, which is why I only typed the first 4 letters. Guys, it was intentional. I'm not stupid. At some points. I also decided a tutorial would be best for this texture, just so the styling was somewhat consistent and I could learn more about the nodes and texturing in Blender. For the life of me, I have no idea why the stone appeared gold, but I decided to deal with that later. After that, it was time to move on to the final word, or, well, actually it's more of just a letter. I knew at the end of the animation I wanted a large S to appear from the darkness and complete the title, so I decided to go with a bright neon sign. With a YouTube tutorial, of course. I'd say the hardest part of this stupid letter was finding a good color for the sign. I had to play with it for a bit and even change the color of the other 2 words before I found something that I kinda liked. I thought about it and was like, yay! If this sign is standing upright, it should have some support around it. So I built a low poly armature by stretching out cylinders. Then I added a curve and made it 3-dimensional using bevel to create the wires running down the back of the sign. Alas, we were finally able to move on to animation. This was probably the easiest step of the whole project, believe it or not. Everything else was done up until this point. The logo was made, the song that plays in the background was made, and even how the animation was going to go was already drawn out by yours truly. Me. Once I figured out how to switch between multiple cameras, the rest of the animation was move camera from point A to point B. Rinse and repeat. I'd say the only difficult part of the animation was the sign flicker at the end, which is kind of difficult when the keyframes don't show up! So yeah, that's how I made the intro animation for King's Chaos. I hope you'll all tune in on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, or watch it the next day on my channel, Fridays at noon. That's all for now, and thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye! How to breathe tutorial. Uh-oh. The video's buffering.